why should any other working professional become a part of the communication intelligence program? And because the reason that I'm asking you this question is that a lot of times people like you who are very accomplished in their lives feel that, oh, maybe this program is only for those people who are at a certain level and, they're struggling with certain things. That's the perception, that anyone who goes to a mentor has to struggle with certain things. So from one accomplished person who's probably watching you at this point in time to another, which is you, what would you say to someone who wants to join the communication intelligence program? Why should they?
If you ask me why Zenith, even you may be very good in speaking and making the things very clear with a lot of confidence, but there's a humanity part of the things, how you internally you fine tune and how you face this world. It is a lot of things apart from the communication, I would say that. So the people can teach you the communication skill, but how to live beautifully, how to make this world beautifully, how to engage in a very pleasant manner. So these are the teachings I have not seen anywhere else. I have not, as I told you, the course will be more focused technically. It will be very much appreciated. But this is not only I don't see this course as only a communication or emotional intelligence course. This is course beyond that. Every human being who like to live a very composed, a calm, and make the world better, I would say that you have to have this experience with William. She teaches. She takes your hand. She walks along with that, and she takes you to the Zen life. Right? I would say that. So that is more important for me. I learn how to talk, how to communicate, how to compose myself internally, how to prepare for my meetings, and that's the general part of it. But on top, apart from that, how I'm going to face a tough situation, or how I'm going to face the human beings who are not conflicting with me, how I'm going to see in the different perspective, how I'm thinking about my growth. So these are the things, how I'm going to give up to the world. So these are the things I really learn from.
Beautiful. So I think when I had my first need analysis call with you, and I asked you to please expect more out of the program, everything that you asked is going to happen, but do expect more out of it. I think that's come to fruition now.
Yeah. It's a really good experience. I really appreciate this. I think this is one of the best program, I would say, in my whole career, whole life. I could say this is one of the best program. I should have taken. I should have taken long back, but unfortunately, I came to know at least now, and I took this time. First of all, I would like to thank you very much for Zenith, Gurlin ma'am, and Afrin for giving me this wonderful opportunity. Quick introduction about me. My name is Ashokan Padmanabhan. A guy with a lengthy name had given tough time to my foreign colleagues to pronounce my last name. People call me Ashok. Basically, I'm from the southern part of the country, from Kerala. It means like I born in Kerala, I brought up in Tamil Nadu, and I'm living in Karnataka right now. So I cover 3 states. I can speak 3 southern languages fluently. I'm living with my family, my wife, and 2 sons who are taller than me now, and I'm living in Bangalore for 21 years. For the past 21 years. So you could predict my profession. I'm an IT guy. So I head the IT for Wipro, infrastructure engineering. I'm the CIO for them. I'm managing the 5 business segments and managing IT for them. So I could say that I'm similar to the other participants who were hunting for improving their skills and communication skills. Adding to that, I know that my English is pretty good, or I could say that I know how to handle people in the communication. But there are certain fears, that certain things holding me inside. Okay, during my communication, I sometimes go into the nervous or anxious stage. So which I want to overcome. I want to really understand the real structure of the communications. So I want to professionally learn that for my growth in my career. So I was really looking into the uh, uh, search in the Google engine for a long time, and I was not happy because it's more on the way you speak, the body language. It's more the coaching more on the external part of the communication. So when I gone through the Gurlin man's profile and the organization which is teaching the people and heard what their experience, so I was more interested, and the day I came through this, I thought this is my right uh, session for me to right course for me to attend and improve myself.
I think what a lot of people struggle to put into words is something that you've done today. We always, a lot of times when we're talking about communication intelligence and the mentorship program that ma'am is the chief mentor in, we always talk about joining the league of the top 2% achievers. And a lot of times participants don't realize that actually that's the goal of being in the program, to raise your bar. But from what I've understood from what you just said, that from the very beginning you had this hunger to join the league of the top 2% achievers because you were already doing so well. You have this vast diversity of experience. People already admire you in what you do. You're an intellectual person. So I think that hunger is something that a lot of people don't recognize when they join the program. And that's something that you really beautifully put into words. How has life been after Zenith? What has changed for you? And in that, when you talk about it, could you talk a little bit about how has the perception of the people around you changed about you?
So I will start with the day one. I was very clear that I'm in the right direction. I've been the choice what I made is absolutely correct. Why? Because the communication intelligence is not that how we speak, how we behave. It's something you need to fine tune the internal part of yourself. So that's where I've got to know about from. There's a lot of learnings. It happened over last 10 weeks time. So if you ask me about we things which we clearly ignore, things we think as a small, it is not big one, but that's she explained the importance of small things, how it gives you a big results. For example, she was talking about the how you improve your observation skill. So why you need observation? What it happens. So I'm absolutely I'm not a guide of a marginal adjustment. So I want to take my time. I want to do the things in a big way. I was not great believer of moving the things in the smaller way. So she was clearly teaching me that. That's something absolutely I was admiring about the things. So even it looks very simple, but it's very constructive way of building some. I think the last session she was talking about the pyramid. So she built every student as a pyramid. So that I would thank I should thankfully doing that. So unfortunately, we didn't learn this kind of things in our schools or colleges or in our course. She started with the basics, but that was something a great foundation she did. I would say that it's a drastical transformation happened to me in the last for 10 weeks. So I've improved my observation skill. It's I started following the good practices right from the breathing. She taught about the breathing. So I think it's not part of the curriculum, but she wants to be people to be well, healthy, and what do you call very mindful. And she started as and kaizen. That's an improvement. Who she the one example which the tree how much you can grow you grow. We all know that, but somebody tells it then make you realize, oh my God, I limited to myself so much of days that much. So that's something great and constructive communication. So you talk to people, and certainly you are not. You always pick the negative parts. So I was the one who was before like that. So I always, whenever the conversation somebody doesn't, they don't accept to me. I always think in a negative. So I'll be more focused on the thing which is distracting me myself. So today I'm decluttering those things. I'm just working towards communication, constructive communications, and outcome driven communication. That's ma'am has clearly pointed out my improvement area as one of the things which I want to talk to the people on the outcome driven communication. So that is something she pointed out during my one-to-one sessions. Exactly hit on the bullseye. saying that this is something you have to improve. So I really noticed that I have to do outcome driven communication. I started following. It's happening now. Decluttering. That's something. It's a big lesson for me. I know I never knew that so much of things I'm carrying, and I could not find the right things to pick and communicate rightly. The not to do list, we all know I was following certain things, but the exhaustive list is really helping me to do a better communication what I was doing in the past, and changing the perspective. That still, I remember the example what she gave. Somebody is even dashing the door on you, how you should think in the other's perspective. So that's something. So the lot of learnings I had, the transformation was very, even though 10 weeks I could see that I have changed myself in all my means. So I started doing things, small things every day, marginal improvement. I started respecting the other's view. So I started talking to the even the conflict management. During the conflict management, I'm very composed and focused. So these are the changes I'm seeing. And when you ask about me, when there is a uh, how people observe, I think people started observing that. I could say that even my family, even my colleagues, my friends, they started observing that. So how cool you are here, how composed you. People started responding, saying that how are you able to make this happen? Okay, when even that there's a tough discussions going on, and I just keep myself cool. I'm a cool guy by nature, but still I learned how to be better and reach my goal by with the calm and composed man. Okay, so that is a transformation happened in 10 weeks. I really thank Gulli madam in person. I know I will say that that's about the whole thing before where I am and today where I am. I'm much happier than it's beyond my expectation. I would say, afraid. So I would say that the what I joined for this course, it gave me more than what I want.
I think you have, like I've mentioned before, you do have very beautiful expression, Mr. Ashok. And I think there are a lot of things to break down, but one thing that really caught my eye was that there were the little things that made a very big difference in the way that you started conducting yourself at the workplace and how people started seeing you
Yeah,
differently. And especially, as we grow up, as we go through work and school and college, there are certain things that we're taught. And like you had mentioned at the very beginning, that when you go on the internet, communication is all about body language and how you're conducting yourself. And I think those are certain things, that certain myths that need to be broken down in order for you to just go level up from surface level communication to communication that really makes an impact and allows you to be seen as a leader. So I think those are certain very important things that you mentioned. All of these put together, as you look back and as you realize that you're about to graduate in just about a week's time from now, is there a certain level of accomplishment that you feel as you graduate on the whole as a person, all of these learnings being put together?
yeah, of course, certainly. I would say that certainly I'm more than 100% what I needed. I got it, and that's the great accomplishment. And I was even doubting that at the before joining the course. It should be a simple communication course. It might take 3 or 4, 10 weeks. What I'm going to get out of it, but it is something mind blowing for me. It's right from the basic. How I used to take. It's not a communication course for me. It's something every human should adapt the teachings of man. It's very important. Say right from the giving up yourself, and how do you engage, how positivity you take others, how you look into the others' perspective. So these are the great things people take very lightly. But she very clearly told with great examples, and that's something. Uh, you will not forget in your lifetime. So I'm going to follow this in the rest of my life, and I'm going to pass on to my uh, family and kids and people who have who can follow certain things. I'll just extend this great experience to them. That's for me. It's going to be the next goal.
Wonderful. Wonderful, Mr. Ashok. And you just mentioned very briefly about Gurleen ma'am just a couple of minutes ago, and you said you'd want to thank her briefly. So while we're at it, let me just ask you, how is Gurleen ma'am as a mentor? And I'm sure over the past so many years, you would have attended several trainings, you would have had the opportunity to experience a wide variety of coaches and mentors. So what sets Gurleen ma'am apart as a coach?
Yeah, I think my experience, I've done many professional trainings in my organizations and outside organizations. It used to be more on the topic covering, and certainly there will be a good presenters or good coaches. They train you to the topic very well. But I could see here there's a personal engagement with the coach. She do not want to let you go even after your course. Okay, and she's like a mother or a teacher. So that connect is something different than you are going for any kind of coaches. Okay, so I would say that she's not doing this as a sake of only teaching you something. She also makes sure that you take the benefits. So that's a difference. She the exercise what she used to give us, it's we all know that it's very uh, simple exercise, but she makes sure that you got it, you get the benefit, and she wants to see that result. It's not that just I taught you, this is my 10 weeks course, I'm done, guys, bye. But that's beyond that. She wants to people to engage with her, and the way she spoke to the last session was, hey, I'm there. You don't feel that it's going to be end of the session at any time. I want to connect you. You people be free to engage with me anytime. So that kind of words, it gives a lot of comfort, a lot of confidence, and a lot of encouragements to that. So even I'm going to be in touch with her for my rest of the life. Whenever I need her, I'm going to write a mail to her, and I'm going to be in connect with her. That's for sure. It's not about the relationship what we have with her. She's absolutely one of the fantastic human being, I could say, apart from the coach and things. Is the way she's living and way she's coaching. It's a very beautiful. Like I really like that.
You get the feeling that even after the program is over, even after I've graduated, I would like to stay in touch. That I believe is the biggest accomplishment of this community as a whole, and of Gurleen ma'am's vision as the founder of this, communication intelligence program, as the founder of Zenith. So that's really wonderful to know.